Good
Okay.
afternoon, participants. Once again, welcome back to the day 3. Now we are going to start the day 3 session 3, that is Ethereum programming on Remix IDE by Dr. Naveen Kumar Gupta sir. In the morning session, he explained about the Solidity programming and Node.js and how to start the project, and what is the MetaMask and how to configure the MetaMask, and these things has been told by sir. Now we'll see some advanced concepts related to that. Sir, you please take over.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, Mitka ma'am, uh, is it problem resolved?
Uh, no, sir, it is not getting resolved. I tried doing install multiple times,
Okay.
still it is not working for me.
So I can see for 2 to 3 minutes. If it is resolved, then okay. Otherwise, I will show each and everything in my system only. Okay.
Okay,
So please share your screen. So I will try for 2 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
sure. So please let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Actually, I
So
tried 3 different ways. One this way, and then tried with global, and then
hmm.
tried with @, but it still didn't work.
So actually, your HD wallet provider is not working, right?
Yep.
Okay, ma'am. npm install. So the command that I have shared minus save SD wallet provider. So
Uh,
it is uh,
uh,
just one minute. Let me share this command once again.
okay.
Now execute this command once again, please. If it will work, then okay. Otherwise, I shall share my screen.
No, it is still not working.
Okay, no problem. And then, without wasting my time, we can continue with
Sure.
my screen. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. So during previous session, I have explained how to create project, how to write program in Remix IDE. So whatever the things I have explained, each and everything is available uh, on my system also. So let me open my folder where my contract is deployed. That is inbox, I think so. Okay, so in my inbox folder, this entire hierarchy is available. So this is the contract. This is compile.js file, the same compile.js where inbox.sol is available, deploy.js, so and package.json, uh, and contracts folder is available where I have written my entire contract, including constructor, set message, and get message. Okay, so I have already explained, and if I go for compile this deploy.js, let me increase the size. Okay, so here I have already installed Truffle SD wallet provider. So I have created one variable of SD wallet provider. I imported Web3 libraries, and through the compilation process, I have generated two things: ABI, application binary interface, and bytecode. Okay, these three things I have imported directly, and I have to use an account of my MetaMask. So account can be retrieved with the help of this phrase. So this phrase will provide the address of first account, and this is the any message. Let me check. Send me link for attend message. Okay. So this is the infura.io website, which is an interface between my code and the Ethereum blockchain. So I have imported this link as well. So we have gone through this procedure how to generate this hyperlink HTTP link for generating the infura.io code. Okay, so when I have imported both of these things, this comes under this variable provider. So from provider, we have created one Web3 object where I have passed the argument provider as an argument, and through this argument I have retrieved the value of accounts. So this Web3 is passed here, and through this Web3 object we are going to retrieve each and every account. And so I want to use first account of our MetaMask, so that I have, so that's why they here index 0. Okay, if I want to use account number 2, then I will use here index number 2, index number 1, or 2, vice versa. So on like that it will work. So this thing is okay. So after doing this task, I will deploy this contract. So simply I will write, so compile.js is okay. So we have already compiled. Now node deploy.js. Okay, so by executing this command, deploy.js is working, and I will get certain address. So suppose contract has been deployed. So how to check this address? How to check this contract? So there is a mention that is termed as etherscan.io. You can see etherscan.io is available. So whatever the transaction performed on the Ethernet mention. So if I use this Ethereum mainnet, then we will check all of the transaction history on this Etherscan interface. So Etherscan is a mention, and it keeps the history of all of the transactions that are recently mined. So here you can see transaction, it was mined 51 seconds ago, 51 seconds ago. So whatever the transactions are mining, we can see the entire list. Okay, so the 1000 pages are showing here, but many more pages might be present here. Okay, so it is showing the time of different transactions. Okay, so it is in UTC format, but I want to check my transaction. So it is working on Rinkeby Etherscan. So I will use rinkeby.etherscan.io. Okay, here you can see. So this is the mention of Rinkeby Etherscan. So these are the block history. So as you already know that all of the transactions are available in the blocks. So this block was mined 9 seconds ago, this block was mined 24 seconds ago, this block was mined 39 seconds ago. And who is the miner? So this is the address of miner. So in the blockchain world, we know a person by using the address only. We don't have any other entity to identify a person. The address is only identity. So if I check this block, so because each and every transaction is going to store in the block. So here you can see 35 transactions are there in this block, 57 transactions in this block, 37 transactions in this block. So each and every block may have different transactions. So if I open this block, so here all block header things are available, because somebody already told me what is the block header, what is the block, because the block having two parts. One is block header part, another thing is data part. In the data part, you will have the detail of entire transactions, and header part you will have such type of things: block height, timestamp, transaction, miner name, award, how much award he get, uncle reward. So these are some other concept of uncle and block. What is the difference in uncle and block? Gas used, gas limit. Okay, so extra data. These things are available with each and every block. So this is the structure of block, how blocks look like. Now let me check. Yes. So after node deploy.js, my contract has been deployed, and it is deployed with this address. Okay. So let me check what happened with this address. So let me copy this address, okay, and paste on Rinkeby Etherscan. So here you can see one address bar, one search space is there. So let me search, and after searching I can see there is one transaction, and the name of transaction is contract creation. Okay, because in this transaction I have created a contract, right? So here ARC20 token, this is not a here they have deployed this transaction, so this contract is available here. Okay, so this is the code behind this contract. Okay, and there are the method, read method and write method. Okay, so read method has the set message, and write message has get and message, because message is a public variable and get message is a method. Okay, so here we are simply calling a function. So if I say hi there, because hi there we have appended here, hi there. So but we have not passed any message, so hi there is only available. This is the message. Message is also hi there, because both of the things are same. Here we can see there is a menu for write contract, because I have already explained any method having two parts. One is read contract, means we are just calling the function, and here we are going through mining something, because here we want to change some global data. So suppose I want to change a global data BTA 2020. Okay, suppose I want to write it, so click on write, but as you can see my system is not connected with Web3 provider, so I have to connect it with Web3 provider. So click on connect, and I want to connect with my MetaMask. It's okay. So now I clicked OK once again. So this so it is connected with my MetaMask, and now I clicked on the write. So when I click on write, so mining process is going on. Why? Because I want to change the global variable. So that's why mining process will go going on, and it requires some gas amount, gas fee. So let me confirm it. So after confirmation, let me view my transaction. So this transaction is pending. Okay, because mining may take certain time. So 10 to 15 or 20 seconds, it will complete the mining process. Okay, and our transaction will be completed. So let me check whether, yes, it is notified that transaction confirmed. So my MetaMask informed me that transaction has been completed. If I refresh this, so now it has been completed, and I got a block ID. So it is included in this number of blocks, right? So here status, I got the status that is success. Now if I will check the read contract, if I read message, if I will try to, let me refresh it again. So I got a new string that is BTA22, because my I have changed some data in the main chain, and this value has been updated, so I can anybody can read this data. So if anyone to check whether this contract is available or not, or whatever happened with this transaction, if you want to perform this transaction, you may open this linkb.etherscan.io. Okay, just open the browser and click on this link linkb.etherscan.io and go through this contract address. 1 minute. 38D. Go through this contract address. You will get all these things. Anyone, anyone can verify this contract, right? So this contract is available. So you can go through this linkb.etherscan.io and you can search this transaction. Okay. So if you try to write something, then it will ask permission from me, because my account is pasted here and it will ask the transaction permission from me. So reading is okay. Okay. So reading the transaction is okay. So this is the transaction code. So if you try to, if you want to see the code, the code is here. Okay. If you want to try to read the contract, if you want to write the contract, there is one thing I think I miss out. No, it's okay. So this is the entire transaction code is available. So you can read the transaction, you can write the transaction. Okay. So if you will try to write certain transaction, then I will get a notification via MetaMask. Okay. So it is up to a simple contract which I have written in the form of project. Okay. So what I get, this is not a meaning of contract. It's simply we are reading or writing certain data, right? So if I talk about contract, contract means we are doing some meaningful work. Okay. So suppose we are playing some game. Okay. So who will be the winner? What will be the terms and conditions of winning? Okay. So such types of terms and conditions should be defined inside the contract. So by taking the motivation from this side, I have created another contract that is lottery. Okay. So in the lottery, there are multiple participants and only one will be the winner. Okay. So all these things I have explained and I have shown live how this is working. Okay. Now going for, now I want to go for next part and one advanced contract, that is a lottery contract. So in the lottery contract, there is a contract and inside the contract there are two things. One is prize pool. Okay. And players are external entities. Players will enter inside the contract by paying certain money and they will become the part of this contract. And some manager will be there and manager will retrieve a value who will be the winner and it will pay the entire money what is available with this contract to this winner player. So it is a self-repeating contract. After sending ether to player 1 and player 2, it will become the part of game. Okay. And whatever the price they have paid, suppose 0.1 ether, this price will go to the prize pool. So let's see. So now there are two type of players, two type of users. One is player. So player is basically an array. Okay, because we can have multiple players. And another one is manager. Manager is responsible for managing. Manager is not have the right to pick a winner, to select a winner. It can pick a winner because contract is picking a winner by using randomized function. Okay, but what manager can do? So whatever the randomized function has selected, it can show on the website who is the winner. Okay, but only contract can select who is the winner, and contract is responsible for transferring the amount to the winner's account. Okay. So here if we see first slide, so here these two players are entered inside the lottery contract. Here manager has picked up the winner, and here prize pool transfer the amount to the player's account who is the winner. Okay. So basic data structure. So here we have two type of addresses. One address is manager, another one is player, and we have two functions. One is enter, another function is pick winner. Okay. So let's start with programming. So I am going to create a contract inside the Ethereum IDE. Okay. So let me create a new file that name is lottery.sol. Okay. Two files created. I have created only one. Okay, don't know. So I have already set up some arrangement. Let me follow this entire arrangement. Okay. Okay. This is the lottery contract. So in the first part, I want to create a contract only. Right. So for simplicity purpose, I have created this contract only. So I am going to share the entire code. Okay, let me use this Remix, this ID. I want to close this one. Necessary creating a program. Okay, let me create a new file that is lottery.sol. So it has been created. Here I have pasted the code. Okay, so what it has done, it has included this header file or initial lines, license identifier, and created a contract. The name of this contract is lottery. Okay. Suppose and I have given the body of the constructor. Okay, but constructor should create some meaningful work. Okay, what is the meaningful work? Because constructor is responsible for creating the manager. Okay, so how to create the manager? So I have to create the value of manager. I have to set the manager value like that. So okay, let me remove this part. Okay. So here in this step, what I have done, I have created one manager that is public in nature and an array of players. Okay, and when constructor will call, it will set the manager as an owner. Okay, here you got a new thing that is msg.sender. So what is the msg? What is the meaning of msg.sender? Then I will deploy. No, let me deploy this. So you will get to know what is the meaning of MSG, because MSG is very important variable. Okay, and what is the MSG.sender value get? So let me deploy this contract. Okay, lottery.sol. Contract has been deployed successfully. Okay, but the first address has deployed this contract. Okay, this first address has been deployed this contract. No, I don't know whether first address or last address. Let me check. Manager. Yes, D87. Okay, this last address has deployed the contract. So it becomes the manager. Okay, so this last address. So anyone who is going to deploy this contract, who is become the manager. So suppose, let me remove this account. So suppose I want to make this address as a manager. G617 address starting with. So I will deploy with this address. So now this user is manager here. Okay. So it will have special privileges. Okay, till now there is no player, so I can insert the player, but here player variable has been defined, so that's why this players array type of instruction is available. If I write here 1, then it will show the index, but there is no player 1, so there is no index at though there is no player at index 1. Now after defining, we have to define two functions. One is enter, another one is pick winner. So this is the body of enter function. Okay, so let me share the entire code. Okay, so this code in the chat box. So where I have, and now this enter function code, and I will change this enter function code. So here in enter function, what I am doing, player dot push. I want to create a player as message dot sender. Means who will call this method, who will call this enter method, it will become the player. Okay, so and if I want to keep any value inside this array, then I have to use this push method. Okay, player is a array and push is the method to keep the value inside in this array. So let me check what is the meaning of this players dot post, how this message dot sender, because here we can say msg dot sender and here we can see msg dot sender, but both of these things are different. How? Let me deploy this content once again because I have changed the value. Okay, so here let suppose 617 is manager itself and it is deploying this contact. So it has deployed this contact once again. Okay, after deploying this contact, I can see the value enter manager and player. Okay, so enter means the player who want to play the game, it will click this enter. So suppose this last address want to play this game, so it will call the enter method. Okay, suppose second last method also want to play the game, it will again call the enter method. Okay, so if I want to check who is the players, if I want to check the player list, so at the 0 number, this is the player, dd8, this was the last address. If I want to check the player number 1, so I can see player 1 is here. So what is the meaning of msg.sender? msg.sender means at present we are using the current address, means current address reference is held by msg.sender. So when I was deploying the contract, at that time address was this. Okay, so during the contract deployment, msg.sender was this address. Okay, so after deployment, I have pressed the enter method, but enter method has been pressed by this address. So that's why I am using. So that's why player 1 is this one. After that, what I have done, I have selected this account and I have pressed enter. Now suppose, now I am going to select this address. Okay, 04B0, sorry, 4B0 like that. And so if I have selected this 4B0, then msg.sender value will become 4B0, something like that. And when I press enter, okay, it becomes the part of this array. So if I use the index number 2, I got this value 4B0. So this is how msg.sender method is going to work. Next step, so if I want to play a lottery, so I should have certain amount to pay. Okay, either 1 ether or 0.5 ether or 2 ether. Okay, so I cannot play a lottery without paying any amount. So for paying an amount, I have to keep certain restriction. If you have ethers at least 0.01 ether, then you can play this game. Okay, if you have certain ether, 0.01 ethers at least, then you can play this game. Okay, so I am sharing this code here also. So I have saved this game. So if you don't have 0.01 Ether, you cannot play. If you have at least 0.01 Ether, then you can play. And this method is become payable. Okay. What is the meaning of payable? An address who will call this method, okay, it will pay this much of amount. Okay, so uh, let me refresh this entire web page. Let me refresh this entire web page. Just 1 minute. This is the lottery contract. Okay, so let me. Okay, this contract has been compiled again, and it is already compiled. Now let me deploy this contract once again. So let's check what is the meaning of 0.101 Ether, how it is going to work. Okay, so before entering any sender to the player list, I have to check whether it is having any amount, whether it want to pay some amount. So now let's deploy. So during the deployment, the first was the account, so it becomes the manager. Okay. Now suppose this last method, last address want to become a player. Okay. Last address want to become a player. So I will click the enter method. So now you can see enter method is red mark. Red mark means it is payable in nature. So if you call this enter method, you have to pay certain amount of money. So that's why it is the red mark. Okay. So let's click. So I have already selected this last address. Okay. Last address has been selected. Now I want to enter inside this game. Okay. Let's see what happens. So it has shown some error. You cannot enter. Why? Because there is certain restriction that you have to pay 0.01 ethers. Okay. If you have 0.01 ethers, then only you can enter. Okay. But what happened? I have 99.99 ethers. Okay. Why I cannot enter? Okay. So but you have this much of amount, but you should willing to pay certain amount. So at least 0.01 ether should I pay, then I can enter inside this contract. So suppose I have written one value, 1 ether rather than 0.01. So let's check whether I can enter. No, I cannot enter once again, because here I have to pay at least 0.01 ether, but here I am paying one way, WEI. The WEI, that is 10 to power 18 times smaller than ether. Okay. So now I am going to enter this ether. So here, so now you can see the current value of this address is 99.99 something. Okay. So I want to enter inside this this game. So I will pay 1 ether. So here I want, so I have written 1, means I want to play with 1 ether. So now enter. Now it is succeed. Okay. So 1 ether has been gone to the prize pool, or here its 1 ether has been deducted. So you can see 98.99 ether become available here, and 1 ether has been deducted. Now that we can check same thing from here. Suppose any other user want to play with 2 ethers. Okay, so I have entered. So now we have 2 players. So second player has paid 2 ethers. So you can see 97.99. So 2 ethers for playing and some amount for transaction charge. Okay, or gas amount. So we have 2 players. So I can see player number 0. Okay, and player number 1. So I hope everyone is following whatever I am explaining. Okay. If you want to ask something, you may ask. Otherwise, I will go ahead. Next, I have to pick up a winner. Okay. So we are going to pick a winner using certain randomized function, some random function. So let me use this random function inside our program. Okay. So I have used this random function. You can see. So random function is taking three components: block difficulty, block timestamp, and player length, and it is providing a randomized value. So, but randomized value is 256 bits long. Okay, and it is using KCAC algorithm. So similar to Bitcoin, Bitcoin uses SSA 256, but Ethereum uses KCAC 256. These two algorithms are used to generate the hash value. Okay, so this function will simply return the an integer value. Okay, so random function. So suppose if I deploy this function, let me use first account only. So if I deploy this one, then I can see the random value also. So each and every time it will provide different random value. Why? Because timestamp is different at every moment. Okay, so that's why the random value is going to change. This is 256 in nature. But suppose I have only 3 players. What will I do with this long amount of value? So I have to perform mod operation with number of players. Okay, so mod operation will provide 0 to number of players value. Okay, so suppose total 5 players are there, then I will apply mod 5. So I will get either 0 value, 1 value, 2 value, 3 or 4. I cannot get greater than 4. Okay, but this random value should not be visible to all, because this is my internal function. This is my internal things, how we are going to manage our function. So let's make it private. So rather than public, let me make it private. So nobody can see this public function. So nobody can see this random function. Okay. So now how to retrieve exact player number. So exact player number will be retrieved by, so here I have just done make only one change, that is private. So pick winner, so I have called another function, that is pick winner, and it will use the index of that pick winner method. So 1 minute. So yes, pick winner method is available here. Okay, and it is showing certain error. What error? Invalid token ID. There is no problem, but due to copy and paste, it may provide some error some point of time. Okay, so it is showing some. Okay, mutability can be restricted to view. Okay, I hope it is compiled. So now it is picking a winner. So who is the winner? Okay. So if I deploy once again, so now I can pick the winner. Okay. So suppose there are certain players who want to play, uh, who want to enter this game. So one user entered inside game, another user also inside this game. Okay, now enter. So now I can pick the winner. Okay, so pick winner is a method. So it has picked up a winner, but I have not returned that value. But its address is available here. Okay, so let me complete it first. Pick winner method. So pick winner method is doing two tasks. One is picking the winner, and another thing is uh, transferring the amount whatever available inside this transaction. Okay, so pick winner function. Okay, remix ID. What happens here? Send and transfer. Yes. So if I am using send or transfer value somewhere, okay, then it should be payable in nature. Okay. So for resolving such error, so address should be payable. Okay. So your address should be payable because here players are getting certain payments, so it should be, so its address should be payable. Here I can see players are payable in nature, but msg.sender is not payable in nature. So I have to typecast by marking it as payable. I think it works. Yes. Now it is working fine. So here what happened? What happened? I have created a constructor where I have created a manager. Then enter function. If you want to enter, you require at least 0.1 ethers. Okay. Then I have used a private random function for picking up a randomized binner. So randomized binner has provided one index value. So index value is as per the player's length. If 5 players are there, then index value will be between 0 to 4. Okay. So here now I am going to transfer the balance amount of prize from prize pool to that player. Okay. And after that, I am clearing up the entire array because after completion of this pick winner round, okay, your player prize or array or pool should be empty so that new game can be started. Okay, so let me execute this entire thing and let me check the value how this thing is going to work. So let me deploy this using first account. So let me deploy this first. So our first account is the manager. Okay, now first account is the manager. Now I have to use the enter method. Suppose this last account want to use 5 ethers. Okay, then enter. Now second last also want to use 5 ethers. Okay. Now suppose I want to use one more account. Okay, I want to use one more account, 5 ethers. Okay, so it also enters. So I have 3 players in the field. Okay, so here 3 players in the field, and manager is first one address. Now I want to pick the winner. Let's see what happens. So now check the ethers. Last ethers having 92.99, second last 93.99, and third last 97.99. Okay, so these are the different amount each and every user have. Now after after the pick winner, let's see what happens. So winner has been picked, but who has picked the winner? This third account has been picked the winner. But basically we have created a manager for management purpose. So manager should do that task. Okay, so I will include additional restriction over that. But as I have picked the winner, so I can see entire amount reached to the third last account, because third last account becomes the winner of this game. Okay, third last account becomes winner of this game. So that's why we can see the entire amount arrive to this account, third last. Okay, so let me include the restriction so that only manager can pick the winner. Okay, so I will use one small restriction, that is a require message. Okay, so require msg.sender equal to manager. If our current address is manager's address, then only this function will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay, it will stuck at this line only. So this is the use of require method. Okay, so suppose my program having 10,000 line of code, and I want to use certain kind of restriction at 100 times, then I have to I have to use this line of code 100 times. Okay, so how to avoid such type of things? So there is a concept of modifier. Okay, so I may use modifier. So here I will use modifier restricted. So I have created a modifier with name restricted. Okay, the name of modifier that is restricted. So I can delete this line. So I can delete this line, and I may use this restricted keyword, because our name of modifier that is restricted, I can use this restricted keyword at the end of this function call. Sorry, restricted. 1 minute. Control C and okay. So now this pick winner function becomes restricted so that only manager can call the pick winner. Okay, so only manager is having authority to pick the winner. So now let's check and let's execute this code. So let me deploy this code once again. Okay, so at present, who is the yes, I want to make first one only manager. So I have selected first account and now deploy. The code has been deployed successfully. Now suppose the second account want to be a player by using 5 ethers. Okay, sorry, what happened? Okay, I had tried to deploy this code. No, actually I have to enter. Okay, by using 5 ethers. So now I have to select 5 ethers, and now I entered in this code. Okay, now suppose second account also want to use 5 ethers. Okay, and want to become the part of this code, part of this game. Now suppose third account. So let me include multiple account. Let me include one more account. Okay, so everyone, suppose here I am using only 3 ethers. Okay, or 3 ethers. Enter. So we have 4 participants here. Okay, 4 participants. One, like first one is 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, if I call 4, it is showing error because it is not exist. Okay, to the initial stage because it does not exist. Now suppose I have selected this account and I want to click the pick winner. It is not able to pick the winner because only manager can pick the winner. Okay, so if I select this account, first account, because first account is the manager account. So if I select the first account as a manager account, and if I select the pick winner function, then only it will execute. Okay, so winner has been picked up successfully, and amount will be transferred to some account. Let me check. Yes, the second account was the winner of lottery contract. Okay, so I hope everyone got the concept of lottery contract. Okay, Himani Singh. Yes, please. What is your query? Okay, so let me continue. Otherwise, you may type on chat box also if you have any query. Okay, so the same thing I will deploy on the test network. Okay, so I have already created one contract similar to inbox. So I have already cloned this contract, that is the lottery. Okay, so let me select this folder. So I can see this lottery contract here. So in the lottery contract also, I have done the same thing, lottery.solidity file where the entire code is available. Okay, deploy.js is available and compile.js available. Let me compile this code once again. So node compile.js. It is working slow, I don't know. What happened? Node compile.js. Okay, so let's complete the compilation process. So here, and after that, I will deploy this contract and check whether what is going on this Ethereum. So let me complete the compile.js. Okay, so I can discuss some other things in between. So the things I have explained, there are entire system going slow. Okay, so we have two addresses or two accounts. That is, one is manager, another one is player. We require basic two functions. One is enter and another one is split player. Okay, so I have explained each and everything one by one. We have certain data type, int 8, int 16, int 32. But here we have to use the address type of data type. So in the Solidity, there is a specialized data type, that is address, which uses the string to store the value. Okay, so contract requirements, it should be as simple as complex. Avoid mathematics from the contract, and deployer need to pay for each computation. Okay, so MSG, so I have not explained what is MSG. So MSG is a global variable. So we have seen this value only. We have seen this MSG.sender. So if you want to check the current data, what is MSG.data, what is MSG.guess value, what is the MSG.value. So anything you want to check at the present time, at the current time, so then you can use this MSG global variable. So using MSG.data, you can check the bytecode. MSG.guess, you can check the guess amount. Suppose there are four operations. Suppose a plus b, a minus b, a divided by b. Okay, a comparison with b. If you will apply here MSG.guess, right? So it will compute the guess up till until this function only, until this operation only. Okay, so this is the MSG global variable. So okay, so this is for contract creation. What is this thing? Okay, push and pop methods are available. Okay, next these are the array type of things, but here this is the lottery concept. Whatever the things I have explained, you step by step. Okay, required, payable, each and everything. Let me check whether compilation has been completed or not. Okay, compilation has been completed. Now let me deploy the contract. So node deploy.js. So after deployment, I can check Ethernet test network. So it is deploying from this account 9DC0. So you can see the 9DC0 is my MetaMask account address. 9DC0. Let me check. So I am using the first address of my account. So this is 9DC, starting from 9DC and ending with 8038. Okay. So my contract has been deployed successfully on the Ether chain. So let me copy this contract address and let me check what happened. Let me close this Ether screen. Okay. So this is the address bar. I will search my address here and check what happens. So here you can see It has been deployed successfully. Contract has been created successfully. Okay, from this account 9DC0. This is the block value. This is the hash, transaction hash. So let me check this transaction. Okay, this transaction is available. So it is all about all of the transactions with my account. So 9DC065, this is my account address. So I have performed so many transactions. Okay, so I have performed this very first transaction on 90 days ago, or 97 days ago. Okay, so this is the current transaction. So I have performed this transaction 41 or 47 minutes ago. So with the help of this address, I have performed these many transactions. So you can see the detail, entire transaction detail. So that is the concept of blockchain, that each and every transaction is recorded in the chain, right? So if this is my account, I can see the entire transactions, hash value, and block number, block whichever are mine. So in out is showing what is the in amount, what is the out amount. Okay, so what is the contract creation transaction, what is the if it is contract creation transaction, then true value is 0. If you have paid certain amount, then it is the address. So we have paid the value to the certain amount. Now check this contract. So contract has been created. How this contract is going to work? So this is the contract. So here I can use the read or write method. Okay, so let me share the address of this contract. If anybody want to become the player of this chain, so he or she can use this Web3, this address and the LinkedIn network, and he or she can become the part of this address. But make sure you should have certain amount, right? So let me check. Let me connect with the MetaMask. So I am connected with MetaMask. Okay, enter. So I want to pay. Let me check how much amount I have. Let me check what is the amount I have in MetaMask. So at least 0.01 requires. So let me 0.01 Ether. I think it should be there. Okay, right. Now MetaMask has arrived. Okay, so I want to perform the transaction for 0.01, and what happened? We are not able to estimate the gas. There might be an error in the contract and this transaction may fail. Okay, let me do it once again. What happened? It is connected. Let me write once again. Write new address detected. Click here to address to your address book. What is going on? Okay. Now I want to pay this. So let me reject this transaction. Okay. MetaMask transaction you are okay. So I have denied through MetaMask. So this transaction has been denied. Uh, so I think there is some problem with this account. Let me check once. Think to be test network. I want to proceed anyway. Okay. So let me cancel this also. Okay. So at present I have 0.1255 ethers. Okay. So now let me do it once again. I want to perform this write operation. Okay. Now it came here. Okay. I want to proceed anyway. Confirm. So I hope I will become the part of this chain. Let me check whether get player list. So manager, this is manager players. So there is no player here. Get failure. Suppose I type 0. I am unable to type here anything. Random also available. Okay. So I think this is a different transaction, different account I have uh, imported here. Okay, so this is how we can read contract, write contract, or we can deploy the contract on the main chain, and we can check the value here. Okay, if we have MetaMask type of thing, then we can interact with certain transaction. How transaction is exactly going to work? Okay, what is the meaning of transaction? All these things I have demonstrated. So if you have any problem, if you have any issue and you want to discuss something, then you may raise your query via microphone or via chat box. Otherwise, I have more material related to non-fungible tokens. So if you are interested and if you don't have any query, then we can proceed. Otherwise, we can stop here. So if you want to ask something regarding the contract creation, how to create the contract, okay, and how to deploy the contract, how to check the contract on Ethereum. So you can see one thing that here, this is the chain of the Linkby Ethereum. Okay, suppose I will type this address with man Ethereum. Here you can see ethereum.io. It is not the Linkby Ethereum. So now search this address here. Okay. So here you can see there is no transaction because I have not performed any transaction with Ethernet mainnet. Okay, we have not performed any transaction with Ethernet main chain, but I have performed the transaction with certain Ethernet extension, that is linkb.ether.etherscan. So here you can see one notification. So here you can see one notification with B symbol. So click over here. So it is showing that even I don't have this address with, but my Rankv testnet having the information about this test network. Okay. So Rankv test network, so it has already provided this information. So I have gone through the etherscan.io, that is the main chain. Now it has redirected to Rankv test network. So I got each and everything, whatever the transaction I have performed. So as of now, it's okay. So it was up to the transaction creation, contract creation, deploy contract on the main chain, how to deal with MetaMask. All these things are done at the basic level. These are not the advanced level or difficult level. So these all things was on the basic level only. Okay. So apart from that, I have some information related to NFT implementation. NFT means non-fungible token. If you are interested and want to explore, then I may go through a little bit 10 to 15 minute presentation over NFT as well. So, is any suggestion from participant or audience? Or I can continue? Okay. Let me continue with NFT. So in the NFT is a combination of two things. So basics of NFT is already covered by Vikas Hasijasan. Okay, so many theoretical concepts he explained, what is the future and what is the possibilities and opportunities with NFT. Okay, so if I talk about the programming point of view, what is NFT? So NFT is the combination of two things. One is smart contract, another thing is token ID. As we have discussed till now, we are dealing with simple cryptocurrency. This cryptocurrency comes under the ERC20 token. Okay, so it is fungible in nature. But NFT token, non-fungible tokens, follows the standard ERC 721. Okay, so if you want to explore this NFT type of things, you have to explore one website, OpenSea.io, where people create their painting designs or their creativity and they sell on this platform. So OpenSea.io is a very big platform for NFT market, and the detail related to this NFT tokens, that is EIP 721, that is available in EIP and there is one wizard, that is Zeppelin.com. So it provides the ready-made code in the Ethereum network. So as you have seen RFC in the computer network, request for comment. Okay, the similar thing for Ethereum improvement, they have provided the Ethereum request for comment. Okay, so if you want to improve the Ethereum or you want to contribute in the Ethereum, so you may file your RFC to the Ethereum. So this Ethereum RFC 721 is available for NFT tokens. And so ERC and EIP both are the same thing. This is Ethereum Improvement Program. Okay, so let me check this OpenSea.io website, how it look like, how tokens are look like. So each and every token having certain design, certain creativity. So you may explore all of the NFTs. So these are some painting or certain designs are created. They want to sell. Okay, so if I click on any of the NFT, any of the design, so its name, its token number. So this is the token number. That is the price. If you want to buy, you have to pay this much of Ethereums. Okay, 0.09. These are the properties, and here you can get certain details. Okay, so here that is the contact address, or you can say contact address, or you can say owner address. So some owner is available here. So means the contract is this NFT is unique in nature. So if you see this painting, or you can see this image is unique in nature. All of the features are unique. You will not see any other image with equivalent to this one, with equal to this one. You may get certain image that may be some change, some edited image, but you will not get exact this image. So this is unique in nature. So that's why it is NFT token. Okay, so if I talk about implementation point of view, what are the different methods to implement NFT? So I will go for EIP 721 Ethereum Implement Program. Here we can get, so here this is the GitHub address where I will get the issue, and here we can see different methods that comes around the interface ERC 721. So we can transfer the token from one person to another. So here we have transfer method, we have approval method, approval for all, balance of means I want to check what is that how much token amount we have. Okay, owner of, suppose I have entered certain token ID, because each and every activity, each and every creativity having a token ID. So you can see here, this is the token ID for this image. Okay, so if you want to change the ownership, then you have, if you want to check who is the owner of certain token, then you can use this token ID and you can get the ownership information. Safe transfer from, there are two methods. Safe transfer from, if you want to transfer the token from one, but these methods are different from each other. You will get the description here. Okay, so what is the description is available? A approve, set approval for all. Approve or set approval for all means these methods are used when I want to take the approval so that I can sell your thing, right? Suppose if we talk about makemytrip.com. So makemytrip.com, what is this? This is a simple website, or we can say an intermediate. So they have taken the approval from the hotel owners so that they can rent out your hotel room. Okay, so the same thing you have to apply the approval for all or approved or approving methods. So we require these all different kind of methods here. So if I go for the implementation part, if I want to implement the NFT token, so there is a very interesting wizard that is OpenZeppelin. So in the OpenZeppelin, we can create our own NFT token very easily. So here, suppose I want to create a mintable token. Okay, so instead of my NFT, I want to use the name my NFT, right? Or MNFT. Okay, so this code is changing accordingly. Auto increment IDs. Okay, I want to increase the ID of each and every token. I want to make it enumerable. Okay, so I got the additional code. If I want to open this code on the Ethereum Remix IDE, so I am familiar with Remix IDE till now. So this contact code now available at Remix IDE. Okay, you can see this code, whatever we have created here by using simple tick box. Okay, so now so this code is supporting the extension 0.8.4 solidity version. Okay, so 0.8.4. Let me compile. It is already compiling. So compilation has been complete. Let me execute. Let me deploy. So I am unable to deploy this contract because we have multiple solidity files in the background, and the name of my contract is MyNFT. So if I try to deploy this MyNFT, then I can able to deploy. Let me check. So it has been deployed successfully. Now we have all these methods we have seen here. EIP, Ethereum Improvement Program. So transfer, approval for all, balance of, owner of, all these things are available. And these all methods are available here. So if I want to check total supply, 0, because we have not minted any of the token. So if I want to mint any token, then I can pass the address here and safe mint. One token has been minted. Now I can check total supply, that is the one. Okay, so I have minted one URI. So suppose URI index is 0. If I want to check, want to check the owner of token 0. So it has shown that is the owner of this token. So all these things are available. There are many things to explore in the NFT and Ethereum. So I have given some basic introduction about the Ethereum programming and Solidity, as well as